Hi, my name is Jason. I'm a registered sleep disorders technician, and I wanted to do a review of the Circadiance SleepWeaver Advance all cloth CPAP mask. Um, this mask, usually, if you've seen any of my videos, you know that I tend to do the major manufacturers of mask manufacturers, and I tend to stay away from some of the lesser ones, mainly because they're harder to get a hold of and whatnot. Um, but this one, the I was driving in my car one day. I got an email and I checked it, and it was from the CEO of Circadiance, and it said, "Hey, have you heard about my mask? I've seen some of your videos. What do you think of my mask?" I said, "I've never heard of it." And he kind of pressed me, and to his credit, I said, "You know what? If you send one out to me, I'd be more than happy to check it out." I've had this happen in the past with other mask manufacturers, and I never hear from him again. It's yeah, send me one. I'd be happy to test it out. Nothing. Well, to his credit, 3 days later, he sent me 3 samples to test out. So I took this as an all cloth mask. I've seen a lot of masks come and go, and a cloth mask, I don't think that thing's going to seal at all. But he believed in his product, and so he sent it to me, and I must say I'm quite impressed by it. So this mask really truly is innovative in that it is all cloth. I would say this material out here, this is the blue one. There's some other ones that have kind of cool designs, like leopard skin. This one is camouflage, which is the one I've been using mostly at night. This is the one I've been washing to see how long it holds up. Holds up very well. Let me get to the mask itself. This is made of a material that you would see on like a windbreaker or like a waterproof jacket. So the air is not going to escape it at all. And then inside, what's actually touching your nose and around your face is this thing, and then they call it the Zephyr Seal with 3 Z's, Zephyr Seal. It's very soft. It's very easy to put on. It seals really well. I noticed, for one, look at my nose. This nose is not an easy nose to fit, and I was very surprised that this did fit me. And I got a really good seal. But it seemed like at 5 centimeters of water pressure, it was tough, and I had to work with it a little more. Once I got it up to 7, it seems like it sealed better at some of the, I wouldn't call them higher pressures, but for me, pressures of 7 and above sealed really well. How it works is it's like a balloon, and the headgear just holds it up close to your face, and then the balloon, when the air is going through it, just kind of inflates and creates a seal by all the pressure. Similar to how other masks work, but different. What you get when you order it is a disc, and it shows you how to fit it, clean it, and maintain it. This is the Circadiance SleepWeaver Advance pressure check, high pressure check. I'm doing it at 12 centimeters of water pressure. There's no silicone on it, no hard plastic at all. I found that with this, putting it on and then turning it on right now before it's actually on is the best way to go. While I'm screwing on with this, now's a good time to tell you that 12 centimeters of water pressure, just kind of a random number I pulled out. I would call it high average. I think most users are below that, but it gives you a good feel for what the leak's going to be like if you have any problems. Right now I'm kind of figuring that if you push in where the leaks are, it allows the balloon of the mask to fill up. The whole mask is like a balloon. Just a little trick I learned. Oddly, I find that if I have leaks down here at the bottom, look at my nose. That's not an easy nose to fit. I find that if I have leaking at the bottom, if I tighten this strap here up, it seems to get rid of that. I read their tips on how to fit this and get rid of leaks, and it's like some of them seem to work and some don't. Then I saw tips by other users. Wow, it's dumb. I saw tips by other users, and it seems like some of them work and some don't. I say try all kinds of stuff. Put the mask on, Goofy. What are you doing? Put it on. Got it.
All right, now while I had tons of riveting footage of me washing a mask, this is just one time. I would wash it twice a day for a month, and I found that washing it in the sink was by far the best way. One of the other ways they say you can wash it is in a washing machine on a delicate cycle. I did that with another mask, and it didn't destroy it by any stretch, but it just seemed like this was a much more gentle way and effective way of cleaning it. Just my 2 cents. No more of this, I promise.
Why haven't you heard of the Circadiance SleepWeaver Advanced Mask? When I was doing all my due diligence and trying to research this mask, something that kept coming up is using them in the sleep lab and getting them clean. What you have to realize about the sleep labs is, just like a doctor's office, they will, reps will come in and bring you samples of like high blood pressure medication or antibiotics, that kind of thing. You get the same thing in the sleep lab. You have reps come by, they'll drop off, ResMed will drop off some masks, Respironics will drop off some masks, and what they're trying to do, rightly so, is get you to, you get a free sample, you use it in the lab, and so the doctor's more likely to write you that prescription when you go home. So there's a sale. That's just the way it is. And hopefully your technician is looking out for you and going to find a great fitting mask that fits well, and you're not going to be stuck with some, piece of garbage, because that's just what they happen to put on everyone, which unfortunately happens. So with Circadiance and their SleepWeaver mask, this is a great mask. It's fantastic. It's truly innovative. Like one of the first truly innovative new designs that really works that I've ever seen. So what happens? I've never seen a Circadiance rep in my life, and what I think happens is, for home healthcare companies, if you're going to try this mask on, disinfecting them is kind of tough. You got all these procedures you have to go through to get these things clean, and most of the hardier cleaners that we use in the lab, like for one, a pasteurizer, that gets the water temperature up to 170 degrees. I think that's going to melt this. They actually say don't put it in a pasteurizer. Don't use hot water when you're washing it. So all this stuff for home use, no sweat. You just, you're the only one using it. You put it in the sink, wash it with some soapy water, you're done. No problem. But for the lab, you're having to use harsher chemicals and harsher washing techniques, just so you know that the next patient's going to be safe. So I think that's one of their major problems. It's unfortunate because they are a really neat mask, and it's, I think they have a money back guarantee where if you go on their website, you can try it in 30 days. If you don't like it, you can send it back. So, that's definitely going to help level the playing field for them. But really the problem is just getting into a lab and having them use it. But that's not really going to happen. So hopefully this review lets you know that there are one of the best things about this mask is sleeping on your side or sleeping on your stomach. Other masks, if you sleep on your side, the pillow is going to push up on the mask, and the mask is going to rotate up and kind of dig into your face. Well, with this one, when you inflate it, if you push up, the balloon just collapses here, inflates over here, but you're still getting the positive air pressure that you need. So it's awesome.
So here's a little sequence illustrating that. Right there, even in that position, the hard plastic mask would be being pushed up towards the center of my face. That right there, just flat, wouldn't even happen. It'd be extremely uncomfortable with a plastic mask. I'm going to say that right here, but I sound drunk, so I thought you should hear it from a non-drunk sounding me. Here we go.
There's absolutely no way that you could do that with a hard plastic mask. You lay it into the pillow, it's going to push up and jam into your nose. It's going to cause a pretty nasty leak around the side, and you'll probably wake up with a deep gouge in there. With the SleepWeaver, you can absolutely lay on your side with it and kind of bury your face into the pillow like most people. With the newer headgear, you can see it has the blue tabs on the side. The older mask didn't have the newer tabs like that.
I apologize. Here I sound drunk.
This is actually the first time I'm putting it on, so I have this attached to a CPAP machine. I'm going to see how easy it is to get it to seal as a beginner. So this is like someone in your position who's taking it out of the package for the first time.
This is just with the newer headgear. It's actually pretty comfortable. I liked it. A little wider, distributed the pressure more, and it was softer.
Just turn the machine on. There's a slight leaking right here. I found that when I pull this up, it seems to get rid of the leaks in here. And if not, when it gets to a higher pressure, that seems to help. As well as slightly pinching it here will take care of it. And then that gives the balloon time to inflate a little bit. It does need to be tight just a tad on the side. Perfect. I think that was about maybe a minute. What they say you can do is go side to side like this. I found that helps. Pulling it down helps slightly. But for me, pulling it up, maybe because I have such a long nose, I don't know. As far as taking it off, you can just pull it up over your ears and forward. And that way you don't have to worry about the fit for the next night. You just put it on. It's pretty stretchable material from what I just found. This is actually a lot more comfortable than the other mask, only because this is all like a felt material, and the other one was, let's compare them. You can see the difference. This, let's see. This is the same part of different mass. You can see it's much larger, more surface area, and the material is, this is soft felt. This is more of a neoprene that you would expect on like a spring wetsuit. Good upgrade. I would say definitely worth it if you already have a SleepWeaver mask. And if you're buying a new one, make sure it comes with a newer headgear. That's good. So this is how you change the headgear on the Circadiance SleepWeaver Advance. First thing you want to do, take off the sides here. Okay, now for the centerpiece. So I'm going to try to pull as much of this slack through as you can, creating a big hole, and then you're going to pull, you pull basically all the headgear through that hole, which allows you to pull this through the eyelet. So, pretty easy, yeah? So putting the new one on, you want to thread this thing through first, the elastic piece through the top of the nose. Okay, and so the gray side is going to be down. So you want to, it's not a huge deal, but you want to try to angle it so that it's going to come out right. Anyway, you take all the entire mask, open a little hole, push it all through. Okay, then you're going to pull it a little tight so you can see what happens there. So now you just want to make sure that everything is laid flat. That way you don't have it twisted. So all the straps are flat on this pillow. You can kind of see how it arranged. So then thread it through the outside, and you're good. Alright, all done. New headgear is on. Would that take us about, I don't know, a minute? Two things that were tough about this mask, and really I wouldn't call them big deals at all. Inside, if you start washing it a lot, which obviously you should wash your mask, you can see what creates the seal. Turn this inside out. There is some medical tape that goes around here. They describe how to do this on the video. I was gonna actually try to just soak it until it came off and then do it myself, but it actually is pretty sticky. The one I started washing in the washing machine, it started to kind of come off, but to be honest, I just didn't want to do it. All you do is put the mask like this. The material will stop here, and you use this medical tape. They say go around 3 times, and that'll actually seal it. And it does. It seals very well. One of the problems I see is some of the elderly patients that have a hard time moving their fingers may have a hard time with this, but you can always find a family member that can do it, or just, if your insurance will cover it, just get a new mask. The other thing is if you're a mouth breather or you have mouth leaking problems, you would need a full face mask. And to my knowledge now, I've been asking him and he won't answer. There's no full face mask yet. Hopefully they'll make one, because I think with this you could actually make a full face version. You'd have to change the strapping, but it's possible. If you want to fly me out there, we'll design it. Wink, wink. So that's it. My impression of this mask is very favorable. I think it's neat. It's truly one of the first innovative masks I've seen. Everything else is just a copy of the last.
Copy, and that they're all like a hard plastic. This one being all cloth is seriously revolutionary. The founder of Circadiance, his name's Dave Grohl. He's also the designer of the SleepWeaver Advanced Mask. It should be said that he used to work for Respironics. I believe he had something to do with mask design. He must have, I'm guessing. Anyway, he's not just some random guy who decided to start up a CPAP mask company. They do have a lot of different variations of the mask. There was a brown one, a blue one, a pink one, and then there was like a leopard print one, and then one of my favorites was the camouflage one that just kind of looked cool.
Visit my website, freecpapadvice.com, for the full review, and don't be afraid to join my forum.